Welcome to How to Lose Video Games for More pickups for the month of September. We're into October now. It's a spooky time, and I've been overdue for this for like almost a week now. I had a super busy day yesterday, and I did not get the chance to do this. So it's nighttime. I'm actually in my bedroom, so that I don't bother anybody else. But we're gonna get this done. I have a lot of stuff. I don't have a lot of stuff. I have a stack of stuff here to talk about, things to say, everything. I'm going to start off just because this was on top. This is not actually the usual thing to start off with, but here's a game on the PS1 from Psygnosis called League of Pain, or Professional Underground League of Pain. I'm convinced that somebody keeps going back in time to the late 90s and keeps making people greenlight and make more futuristic sports games so that I feel like I've never heard of them, but then they show up in the modern timeline and I have to go buy them. And very few of them are expensive or anything like that, but they just keep popping up. They keep coming up, and I don't know where they keep coming from, but I have to have all of them. So yeah, this one's from Psygnosis, or it's published by Psygnosis. It's by Beyond Reality. It's from 1996. It looks like every other goddamn futuristic sports deathmatch game, but again, it wasn't expensive or anything, so just throw it. I have to just do like a whole. Like one day, I think who the fuck, somebody on YouTube, I think it was Gilly the Kid, might have done a video like this. If I forget, if it's not the person I thought it was, I feel bad. But someone already did this, and I'm just like, yeah, and there's even more that you didn't even talk about. But anyway, yeah. So we'll move on to some 3DS stuff. All three of these I got from Highway to Kel on Instagram, having a claim sale. Thank you very much for these. All kind of stuff that I kind of didn't want to grab, but it was mostly I saw the complete Kirby Mass Attack, and I said, okay, throw in these two cheaper ones too, so I get some stuff in this package. I'm paying for shipping and everything, but it's totally fair, good prices and everything. Kirby Mass Attack, following on the Kirby theme that I think was a thing. I had two games here. It was mostly a thing a month ago or 2 months ago. So many Kirby games. This is one of the ones I didn't grab. I think I do need Squeak Squad. Is one of the ones that I need, but getting a lot of them taken care of. And then two 3DS games here. Lego City Undercover, The Chase Begins. Sort of a prequel, spin-off-ish thing to Lego City Undercover on Wii U and now on Switch and all that. So I've heard really good things about the main game. This one's not quite as good because I think it has less voice work and less humor and stuff, but it's still supposed to be pretty decent, so it wasn't expensive. It's a good one. Good one to have on 3DS. Get both of those games because I do think I'm gonna really like them. I haven't really spent a lot of time with it. And then Mario & Sonic 2012 Olympic Games. This is one that is supposed to be better than the 2008 one for sure. It's supposed to be a pretty solid one. And a lot of times on the portable ones, they also do different stuff with these. So that's why I grabbed Olympic Winter Games on the DS. So same reason I got this one. It's supposed to be good, and they do change stuff up a lot. So I got a lot of ground covered on the Olympic Games ones. Got some Switch games this month. It's cool stuff in here. We'll get the obvious one out of the way. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Already finished Sunshine. Doing some work on 64. I do intend on 120ing 64 for the first time in my life. But that's going to be slowly but surely, I realized, because I did Sunshine, and not that I don't like it, but I'm a little bit burnt out. But I definitely intend on playing all three of these games on this collection before too long. Just need a little break from it right now. It's a very, when you're doing 120 stars, though, it's a very, I could do one or two at a time and then kind of back off. Speaking of awesome triple packs, or this one's not as awesome, but Resident Evil triple pack, which I had not wanted to get for a long time, or I figured, it's on Switch, and the only one that's on the cartridge is Resident Evil 4. It literally just says Resident Evil 4 on the cartridge, and then these are codes. So when this came out and it was full price at $60, I really didn't want it, but the price on this dropped a bit, and I did really end up wanting to play 5 and 6 again. I would say, okay, on the Switch, for the downloads for games I really want to play, if I'm spending $10 each on those and I'm paying $20 for the Resident Evil 4, which is something I really, really want, I would pay $20 for that on Switch anytime. Good to have. And I already played 5, and I enjoyed 5 again, and I don't know if I'm going to enjoy 6, because I never really have, but good thing to have now. I have 6 available to me. on portable on a system that I play all the time. So I'm not even gonna bother with 4 at this point. I just need to have it on Switch. Like, okay, it's one of my favorite systems now. It's gonna be one of my favorites for a long time. I'm just gonna have it. I need to have it. Following the other Kirby game I got this month, Kirby Star Allies. So I've got a lot of Kirby games to play. Don't know which one to start with right now, but I'm kind of just getting them because there's never gonna be a bad time to be like buying these. Like, oh, you shouldn't. They're not gonna be worth anything, or they're gonna go down in price. They're really not. So don't feel bad for just grabbing them all at once, basically. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. I waited on this for a really long time because I do really like No More Heroes. But I haven't finished either of the games. But I do think they're really cool, and I will basically buy any Suda 5-1 game, even if they're really weird and I don't finish them. But Travis Strikes Again has got sort of like a spin-off vibe because it's got like a big retro game feel to it. But I did think it looks really cool, and it was on clearance at Best Buy for like $15. So I haven't been to Best Buy in like a really long time, other than just to go. I need my Super Mario 3D, and I'm not going around the store. So it was my first time actually going in, and it was like, yeah, $15 for Travis Strikes Again. I'll do it. And then this was I got this on PS4 in a few pickups videos back, I guess. And the only Switch physical print was from Limited Run, and it was a pricey one too. I think it was like a $50 one, and it maintained that price. But I did manage to find it online for $35. So I was like, yeah, Divinity 2 Original Sin Definitive Edition from Limited Run on the Switch. Got a big ass manual in here, a really good looking manual. Look at that. It's a thick bitch right there. Really good stuff. Very happy to have this on Switch. I haven't started it yet, but it's a Diablo style, and I feel like I'd really like it, and I like the Diablo style of action RPGs, and this one's supposed to be amazing. So definitely glad to have this on Switch right now. Okay, taking a sip of beer. Tonight's pickup's brought to you by Night Shift with Ricky Weiss. Just because of raspberries and limes, two of my favorites, especially, well, limes in beer, like, definitely, like, up there for, like, fruits, and then raspberries just in general for me. So Ricky Weiss being raspberry lime, yeah, absolutely, like, the best of the rotating Weiss series from Night Shift. Anyway, this one is one of the ones I have kind of a long story about. The Sinking City is a game. I've got stupid fucking Big Ben publisher on the front here. This game you may have heard about. I mean, it's easy to get lost in the fucking shuffle now. But The Sinking City is being delisted from, or it definitely has been by this point, but The Sinking City is not on most digital storefronts right now because of some issues between the publisher here, Big Ben, and Frogwares, the studio that makes the games. And Frogwares is a cool studio. I've got a couple of their games. Their Sherlock Holmes stuff. And then this is a game that they made, I think this came out last summer. And it's a Lovecraftian sort of mystery type of thing. Lovecraft being public domain, essentially. People are doing a lot of stuff with it, and I have no problem with it. I think it's super cool. Give me more, please. But Frogwares, who usually does their own publishing, had this agreement with Big Ben on most releases of the game. Xbox One, Steam, I think GOG or Epic Game Store, whatever storefront it was. Basically everything that they put it out on except for their own website and the Switch version. You can still buy the Switch version. However, there's a lot of DLC, and it's like a really pricey game. So that's why as much as I want to support Frogwares, it's like a $50 download plus money for DLC. Whereas this one, even if the DLC's been used, I only paid like $20 for this. And I kind of just wanted to have it because I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get it at all, except for on the Switch paying that much money. But I think that Frogwares absolutely deserves this huge financial reparations because they're basically not getting paid for this. And their Big Ben is being shit. They're trying to extort them for their source code so that they can make another game on it. It's a whole thing. that's on their website, but Frogwares is basically being screwed over, and they have to take them to court, and they have this whole battle going on with it. And support Frogwares, buy whatever of their games, buy them off their website directly from them. Publishers are the villains of the game industry. They're the big guys, and even a company like Big Ben Interactive. Even if you've never heard of them, they're big enough, and they're trying to push around people like Frogwares, who would have been better off just publishing their own shit. Go read up on it. Support Frogwares. Fuck publishers. Big guys like EA and smaller publishers like Maximum and Big Ben. Fuck them. Fuck them all. Honestly. I had 2 PS3 games. One of them looks fucking ridiculous. I think actually Scott the Waz actually did a video on this like after I bought it, and I was like, how the hell did that happen? This is realistically, this is a game called We Dare. Flirty fun for all. It was a dirt cheap import that happened to come through the store on the PS3, and it is a move game, and I just think it looks goddamn ridiculous. I think Scott the Waz did it on the Wii version, which is an import on the Wii, so it's not like you can really play it that easily, but excuse me. And then this is PS3 move ridiculous minigame collection that's like weirdly dirty and weirdly sexy, and I'm like, I don't care, like that looks stupid, and it's like $5. I'm gonna just grab it. I hate it. Toy Story 3 for the PS3. So Toy Story games, I'm really excited to get to like Toy Story 2 on the N64. I played that a lot as a kid, and people have really come back to it a lot. They're like remembering like, oh, this is a really solid game. And I started thinking about the Toy Story 3, which is on just about every console that came out at the time. So it's on PSP, PS2, so PSP, PS2, PS3, 360, not Xbox Original, but Wii, DS. And so there's a lot of differences between the versions, but I think, you know what, it was Cat Icarus did this. He's doing a Pixar games video, and this is easily the most superior, the 360 and PS3 version. So I kind of was like, I really only want to get that version, then I want to get the best version. And so looked around a bit and got this for like $10, which is a good price to pay for that on PS3. Whatever the case, glad that I got it on the best system. One PS2 game, Bomberman Hardball. I knew about this game a little bit before. This is a Bomberman like sports spin-off game. It has regular Bomberman multiplayer, tennis, baseball, and golf. And it doesn't do anything really that crazy with the actual sports games, but it's still kind of goofy, and it's arcadey sports title with Bomberman in it. But you'll notice by the blue case, this is a PAL exclusive, or it's PAL in Japan exclusive. It didn't come over to North America. But it's not expensive, so I did get this for pretty cheap, and I was like, okay, even if I never like bothered to go through the legwork of going and playing it, I was like, I kind of want to have this for like less than $10 to import it. So that's cool. This one is a big deal. I'm actually really mad about it. Shakedown Hawaii for the Wii U, sealed regular edition. Stop saying Hawaii in there. I'm not going to say that again. But Shakedown Hawaii, the sequel to Retro City Rampage, which I do own physical on PS4. Really glad that I own that. I could get a Switch copy of it. I could go for that instead, or I could go for a Switch copy of this. But you know what? V-Blank, the guy who loves to put his games on every console possible, including ones that are several years out of date by that point, made a big deal. And he got this put on Wii, but on PAL discs, and Wii U. On North American discs. He did like a 3,000 print run on the V-Blank website, and they announced it, and I knew it was coming up, and I looked at this, and I saw Shakedown Hawaii on Wii U. I haven't played this yet. I've not played it on any system, but I might even buy it on a different system and not open this. I could just open this. I don't really care that much. Games are meant to be played. But I looked at it, and I went, my God, that's going to be real tough to get, because people are going to look at this and they're going to say, ooh, that's going to be expensive and valuable someday. And I was like, yeah, it is. I want it. So I'm on the V-Blank mailing list from when I bought Retro City Rampage, because I think his games are really cool and I want updates on them and stuff. And so I kept getting the emails saying like, oh, Shakedown Hawaii's coming out. And I was like, yeah, yeah, I want to know. I'm going to get it. I want to get it. And they're like, I could swear that they said in an email, it was like, make sure you have our email so that we give you alerts on when Shakedown Hawaii goes up for sale. It was supposed to go sometime in August on the Wii, and then like a week or two later it was going to be on Wii U. And I saw the Wii release happen. Didn't want it because it was PAL this anyway. And then I was like, cool, yeah, so I should be getting a notification soon about the Shakedown Hawaii for Wii U. And I'll get right on that. And then September rolled around. And I don't remember, I was looking at Shakedown Hawaii on the Switch, and I went, wait a minute. Did they do the Wii U release? And they had. And I missed it. And I never got a notification about it or anything like that. And I was like, what the fuck? I was so upset about it. I was like, God, I specifically said I wanted to be told. I wanted to be ready so I could get this because I want this. I love the Wii U. I have a Wii U collection that I'm very proud of. And I really wanted this. And I thought about it. It was like mid-September by that point, and I just kept thinking, I was like, I guess I'm not going to get it. I guess I'm not going to get it. No, of course I'm going to get it. God damn it. I looked it up. I was like, how much are people selling it for now? It was like 30, 35 probably when... I can't sit cross-legged anymore right now. I'm on the floor. But the lighting here is really good with the closet light. Actually, it's really good here. I was so mad. I'm like, what are people reselling it for? It was probably 30, 35 when it came out, and it was going for 60 to 70 online, and I went, yeah, give it to me. I need it. And so I have Shakedown Hawaii on Wii U, and I paid like twice what I should have, but God damn it, like, I need this. I needed to have this because I like this game so much. I don't care about Axiom Verge. I didn't care about that. It wasn't a game I was really that interested in. And I got it on Switch, and I never really even played it. But Shakedown Hawaii, Retro City Rampage is so awesome, and I really liked it, and I wanted to have this. And I was so mad about it. So whatever. But I had Shakedown Hawaii on Wii U. One GameCube game, Splinter Cell, Chaos Theory. I'm not huge into stealth games. I'm not good at them or anything like that. But Splinter Cell, and I'm not really into Tom Clancy games either. But Splinter Cell is, typically I think seen as, one of the best of the Tom Clancy and one of the best stealth games. And this is supposed to be one of the best of the Splinter Cell series. So I think I have Double Agent and maybe the first one. I think I one or two other games from this series on GameCube. And this one is supposed to be like the best one of the series anyway. So I paid under $10 for this. So I was like, yeah, on GameCube, yes, definitely. You can get it for nothing on everything else, but I don't want it on anything else. I want it on GameCube. And let's wrap it up with some PS4 games. Dragon's Crown Pro. I upgraded from the Dragon's Crown on PS3. Really, really nice and not that expensive. Dragon's Crown Pro with a slipcover that's really, really nice. And a steelbook that's super nice and embossed like this. Look at that. And this is a little packet of like skill cards in here. This is a super, super nice package. I could not turn this down for like $20. And then my girlfriend and I started playing it too. And I actually, from a long time ago at like Savers, I think, I have the art book that goes with Dragon's Crown. And I knew what I was getting into. There are titties everywhere. It is like ridiculous how sexualized everything is in this game. This is a fantasy beat 'em up, but it is a phenomenal fantasy beat 'em up. But you've also got to deal with a lot of like, I feel weirdly gross playing this game. And I guess it's good that you play it with someone because you don't feel like you're playing it alone. Cool. Yeah, Dragon's Crown Pro. Look for this. Look for this if you're into like the fancy looking collector's editions, because this is a super nice collector's edition. It's called the Battle Hardened edition of a really, really good game, and it's not going for very much right now. I was very surprised, and I had to grab it. I'm gonna leave those till the end. MediEvil also, the MediEvil remake, which has dropped in price pretty quickly, and I really mostly wanted it right away because it's not a long game, and I've never finished a MediEvil game yet. But it is a good game. It is a good, quick run-through that I'll get through during October for Halloween. That's mostly I was like, why I want to get it right now. That's why. Yeah, cool. I believe it's the second time they've remade MediEvil, but it's supposed to be a really good remake. I'm glad. Borderlands 3. This was just the other day was a deal of the day on Best Buy for $8, and I really, really like Borderlands. I always get stuck at some point, but I do really like Borderlands gameplay-wise. I love Diablo, as I established. I said it with Divinity 2. I like Diablo, but I really like first-person shooters, so it's like mechanics that I find really satisfying in Diablo mixed with gameplay that I'm way more comfortable with. So I was pretty happy to grab this. And the other thing was actually, well, I'll have that next month, but I ordered the Handsome Collection so that I could have the Handsome Collection and actually basically quell any desire that I really had, to buy Borderlands Legendary Collection on Switch, because you don't get anything, it's all downloads. Much like Resident Evil Triple Pack, but at least you get one full game out of it. You get like half a game on the cartridge, and then you get two and a half games essentially on downloads. I'm like, let's just grab all the Borderlands for like modern systems and like really, really good versions of them, and I won't want that at all. But they might get me on BioShock, because I love BioShock even more than Borderlands. And then let's wrap this up. Another good Best Buy deal from the other day, and I heard this wasn't great, but Shenmue III, $8 with a free steelbook. So, even if I'm not really that into the Shenmue games, which I picked up, I had picked up Shenmue I for the Dreamcast and Shenmue II for the original Xbox, and I actually sold those a couple months ago because I looked at them and I was like, I'm never going to play these. They're so long and they're so, in depth, and they're not really something that I like. And I realized that if I wanted them, I didn't really need the original versions, which were worth a good chunk of money at that point. So I sold them, and I didn't even really immediately bother to pick up this, Shenmue I and II for PS4. But I picked up the Shenmue 3, and I said, well, okay, now I guess I'll grab the Shenmue I and II, which was like $30 when it came out, and is pretty cheap. And I was actually delighted today because I was thinking about that. How long are these games? Like, I just spent... I didn't spend very much money on them. I think I spent probably $20 between these. On these three things in my hand. Two games and a steelbook. I spent like $20 between them, and I was like, I spent like $20. How many hours of gameplay would it be if I really was going to like play all of them? So I hopped on to How Long to Beat, and I looked them up, and all of the How Long to Beats for these games are between like 15 and 25 hours. And it's just that there's supposed to be, I guess there's a lot of things to do in it, like a Grand Theft Auto style, but if you're just playing story, these aren't that long. Which I didn't know. I thought they were tremendously long games. So I actually kind of want to try and play these now. Yeah, I heard Shenmue 3 wasn't that good, but how could it have been? 20 years of hype, 20 years and getting kickstarted and not even really having a full budget or time frame or anything like that. How could it have lived up? But Shenmue 1 and 2 is supposed to be masterpieces, so I definitely, I think I'm going to give those a shot at some point. Very soon. Not during October, though. I want spooky games in October. And that's it, though. Thank you for being here. It's late. It's weird, awkward. It's like October 4th, though. It's October 3rd. I don't even know what day it is. I just know I felt like I had to do this for, like... I feel like I had to do this all week, and then I was like... Yeah, let's just get it over with. You shit to do tomorrow, too. So awesome. Thanks for watching. Stay spooky. This month, we're gonna play spooky games. I'm playing Until Dawn right now, and I want to play Until Dawn Rush of Blood tomorrow. Anyway, I'll shut up. I'm leaving. Goodbye. I gotta go lay down.